I am currently stood outside to the Excel Exhibition Centre in London, and behind me is the outdoor portion of what is the only indoor racetrack in the world. Hi there, I'm Max, this is the SMC Motor Group YouTube channel, and this is the London E-Prix season finale for the FIA ABB Formula E World Championship. So what is Formula E? Well, it's the first from the ground up electric single-seater series that races on temporary circuits around the world in some of the biggest cities, including New York, Berlin, Rome, Paris, and here in the Excel Centre in East London. But unlike those circuits that predominantly run on streets and disused airfields, the track here runs through the middle of the exhibition hall.
So it's our second time here, but this is completely unique to what we've seen in motorsport before. It's the first ever location where you have insides is allowed, like indoors and outdoors tracking, which for engineers is a complete nightmare. It's everything they don't want to have. I know, but the engineers always want to calculate how the grip is, how the tire temperature evolves on maybe it's 2 or whatever. We can't do any strategy here because inside in this venue, complete different grip level as you see. It's like the normal they go, but they went over it with a point of the night of machine. So the grip level here, it's like mega high, it's super high. And then outside we have 3 or 4 different types of tarmac, which makes it super difficult. And then when we had the situation like this morning when it starts to rain, you have a complete mess in terms of data. Because inside it's dry, outside it's wet, but after a while it gets wet inside also because the car is pretty water inside. Then it dries up outside. So we've had in this pre-practice session this morning, we had changing conditions every, let's say, 30 seconds. So there was whole way to adapt then and figure. Now imagine this going to happen in the race. It's going to be a big, big thing. This is the first unique thing. The second unique thing, there's not another racetrack which is so tight and so narrow like this, but especially the first 3 or 4 bars. I don't know if you watched it in pre-practice or qualifying. Is so super tight. So if you have any incident after the start, it's going to be a big traffic jam there. So everybody has to be very precise, very careful. With
yeah, about that.
Oh, we've got a pile up down there, and there's Sebastian Buemi involved there as well. There's another red flag is brought out.
All cars are stopped at turn 20. All cars are stopped at turn 20.
Goodness, it's an absolute car park. That's down at turn 20. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Well, it's like Piccadilly Circus at rush hour on a Monday morning.
Well, that went well. 22 drivers representing 11 teams compete from prestigious names including Porsche, Maserati and Jaguar. But while there is a Team Woking competing too, we will be supporting the apt CUPRA team. CUPRA are no strangers to electric racing either, having competed and won in Extreme E with our Tavascan concept. We were also champions in both editions of the FIA ETCR Championship with our Leon E-Racer. But now we're taking on the biggest challenge in electric racing by competing in the FIA ABB Formula E World Championship.
And this is the car that they'll be racing. Now it's predominantly a spec car in its 3rd generation. The original car back in 2014 only had about 200 kilowatts of power. It could only regenerate about 100 of that through the rear wheels. So much so, in the first races, they had to swap cars mid-race to go the full distance. Nowadays, we don't have any of that, and instead we've got these cars that can produce up to 350 kilowatts of power, which is about 480 horsepower, and can top out speeds well over 200 miles an hour. Gone are the mid-race swaps. Instead, you've got one car to see out the whole race, and that's thanks to this front axle, which can now also regenerate energy. So combined with the front and the rear, they could get back 600 kilowatts of power.
In fact, the regen on these cars are so powerful, the cars don't even have rear brakes. Every team gets the same carbon fibre chassis provided by Spark Racing Technologies, who also make the Extreme E car. The 47 kilowatt hour battery is provided by Williams Advanced Engineering. Yes, that Williams. And the tyres, for the first time this year, are going to be supplied by Hankook.
Unlike a traditional slick tyre that you would find on a Formula 1 car, the Formula E cars use this Hankook iron tyre here, which looks more like a road tyre. So when things get a bit moist, Formula 1 cars will have to come in and pit for wets, whereas these Formula E guys don't need to do that. The actual construction itself is designed so that it can cope with the instant torque demand that an electric motor would give, and it's also constructed using 28% of sustainable materials. And this all then adds to giving the Hankook all the information they need to then develop road car tyres that you would see on the likes of the CUPRA board.
The only things the teams can develop is the software, drivetrain, gearbox and rear suspension. For CUPRA, we use a Mahindra-sourced M9 Electro powertrain and rear suspension, and the gearbox is made in collaboration with our partners at ZF. But despite being a customer entity of Mahindra, the team is operated by ABB, who have previous form in this championship, having taken 14 wins, 47 podiums, and the championship in the 2017 and 18 season. With all that in mind, then how does this translate to the cars we sell from our Woking showroom? Well, a lot of the competition is in software development. Our engineers work really hard to find software solutions to extract as much performance from the battery as possible for as long as possible. There are also developments of e-fluids and e-greases for the transmission and to make for better thermal management, and finding new innovations such as the new for 2023 front axle motor to allow for better, more effective regeneration under braking, as well as fast charging pit stops to be introduced in 2024. All of this allows the car to maximise its efficiency and the team to use all of the performance available for as long as possible.
And the lessons we learn here can then be used in the development of the Corn and soon-to-launch Tabascan and Raval. Now, I'm going to get those cars into our showrooms very soon. So if you want to see full walkthrough videos of those cars, make sure you click subscribe and click the bell icon so you get notified whenever we load up new content. Tricky qualifying session for the team as kind of a theme for most of this year. Well, you know, anything can happen in the race. It usually does. So we're hoping for some points coming out of the next two races.
Most stressful time, you know what I mean. So the mechanics are a little bit under pressure. But also, we're now in between qualifying and racing. So, yeah, the early Robin car went all wrong. We had a little incident at pre-practice. I don't know what here already at pre-practice time. So we hit the wall a little bit. So the guys repaired the car for qualifying, which was a pretty good job. But then during qualifying, Robin reported some strange noises from the front end of the car. So this is what the guys just now need to check a little bit to make sure that the car is okay to race. That's why they are a little bit not very relaxed then. Yeah.
So how did our boys get on then? Well, in the first race, that very much did not go to plan, with both cars ending up not finishing the race. However, the following day, we went out again, and Nico managed to get the car into the duels, which then translated into a P8 finish and some all-important points to round off the season.
And that is your guide to CUPRA, the Formula E. If you like this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up, and click subscribe and hit the bell icon so you always get notified whenever we load up new CUPRA content. But if fruit cars is more your bag, that's fun. There's going to be plenty of that coming as well. But you can also check out our website, smccupra.co.uk, for all the latest news and offers. You could also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and now Threads at CUPRA Woking. And of course, we're also available on TikTok, LinkedIn, and X, or Twitter, and that's at SMC Motor Group. Until then, my name's Max, this is SMC Motor Group, and I'll see you on the next one.